Alright, the ladies and gentlemen. It is that time. That time where you get to pick the next option for the Let's Plays. As we showcase the free mode here, which I explained before, it pretty much allows you to do any mission you've unlocked freely with any character that you want. Which is something that Koei and Tecmo kind of rubbed out in Dynasty Warriors 7 for some reason. So for example, you could pick the Elturn Rebellion, and eventually you'll be able to pick the Turban forces when certain prerequisites are met. And here for example, you can pick Wan Shao's forces, probably because we didn't want Wan Shao himself, which we probably did for beating him at this mission. So you can play as the other side and see how they defended their supply depot. So we're just going to pick any old mission. We're not really bothered about the mission. We're just doing this to showcase the characters, the important parts of this. Now then, if you want to see more Dynasty Warriors 3 Let's Play, there's a fair amount of characters to choose from. And I'll showcase them to you now for the next choice of character. Now suppose you want to stick to Wei, you've got Don Wei, this guy with an axe. He's kind of known as the defensive rear guard of Cao Cao's horses. We unlocked Zhu Shu, this big man with a big mace. Hits pretty hard as well. I think he's one of the hardest hitters in the game. In terms of just raw damage per hit or something like that. He could be fun. We've also unlocked Sima Yi, our master strategist. He uses a fan. Kind of similar to Zhuge Liang, but they do differ slightly. Although they both use fans. We have the wonderfully flamboyant Shang He. Uses claws, has a very interesting Muzu attack as well. Maybe could be fun to play. And the lovely Senji, the flute player. What a beauty she is. She will be fun to play. If that's what you want to see. But suppose you got tired of Wei, you want to see a different faction for a change. Well, how about some Wu? And show you this attractive man with a sword. Or maybe you'd like to see some Sun Shangjiang. This athletic lady who uses chakrams. Kind of an agile character. And also Huang Gai. Uses a shield and a mace. It's all strength, all muscle, this man. And if you want to see some Shu, we could check out Xiao Yun. I did him on my very first recording, which got swallowed. But he's a fun character to play. He just has a very hard first mission, in my opinion. Or you could play as Guan Yu. Maybe we could help him escape this time instead of trying to capture him. See if that beard does hold up to scrutiny. He's also a strong character. Very AoE sort of, very a long reach. Or we could play as Shang Fei. Guy with a halberd. Not much to say about Shang Fei. Didn't really play him back in the day. So those are all the characters we currently have unlocked that have storylines. Now you're probably wondering, who are these two here? Well, these two are the other faction characters. Now, in Dynasty Warriors 3, they don't actually have a storyline as such. You can play them on the relevant missions if you want, but for the most part, they don't have a story mode. Which I'll just show you real quick by picking a new Muzu game, just randomly here. As you can see, they're not there. And that's because you cannot play them in. They also show here clear to let you know which characters you've cleared story mode with, which should be fairly obvious since you probably will have powered them up to do so. So, if you do want to see the exploits of Wan Shao or DL Chan, there's 5 others you can unlock, and there's actually a further 2 secret hidden characters in the other category as well, which I actually forgot about. I remember unlocking every single character in this game, and then I forgot about the secret 2 until years later. I didn't go back to get them though, unfortunately. But if you do want to see the missions of Wan Shao or Diao Chan, don't worry, there is a workaround. The Extreme Legends expansion to Dynasty Warriors 3 will allow you to play the storylines of all the characters you unlock in the other category. Although I don't believe that extends to the 2 secret characters, but I don't know. Maybe it does. So if you want to see these storylines, or if you want me to unlock a bunch of other characters, I know there's a way to unlock one of them, which I'm not going to disclose this time, but if you want to see another character, then let me know. Maybe I will play some Extreme Legends. We can see the adventures of Wan Shao with his sword, or DL Chun with her interesting sort of love triangle kind of treacherous thing that she does. So yeah, if you want to see either of them in action, then let me know. I'll happily play the Extreme Legends since I have that as well. So I'm going into the database here, just for no real reason whatsoever. Look at some weapons. I mean, not some items we've unlocked so far. And I'm here. I'm just going to tell you about the other games that I do have, if you want to see them as well. The other games I have that are similar to Dynasty Warriors 3, I also have Dynasty Warriors 4, if you want to see that. I have a sort of broken disc of Dynasty Warriors 4 Empires, but I could probably rebuy that if I wanted to. Shouldn't be a problem if you want to see some Dynasty 4 Empires for a change. I also have Dynasty Warriors 5, which is a game I didn't really play all that much, but for some reason, I think that's around the time I stopped playing Dynasty Warriors, really. Been burnt out with the previous 2 games, but we could play that. I have Dynasty Warriors 5, it'd be good for me to get into that, sink my teeth in. And I also have Samurai Warriors, which is similar to Dynasty Warriors, but there are some differences. The gameplay feels very different. So if you want to see some Samurai Warriors, you can do. But supposing you don't want to see any more Dynasty Warriors related stuff, and you want to see a bit of fresh air, maybe a change of pace perhaps, well, I do have a couple of other PS2 games I could play to make things interesting on the channel. One of them is Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance, which is a hack and slash spin-off from the PC classic Baldur's Gate, and it's actually a pretty good game in its own right. So if you want to see some Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance, let me know. Or maybe you want to see Rez, a psychedelic trippy cult classic made in part by Sega. And that's a on-rails shooter, but it's incredibly trippy. Short game, but incredibly fun. If you wanted to see that, let me know. There's also Mercenaries, Playgrounds of Destruction, which is the original game that was followed up by Mercenaries 2, which some of you probably will know. But it's the original game, and it's actually pretty decent. I've not really played that far into it, but I'd be more than willing to do a let's play on it. Which could be a fun game. I want to see a change of pace. I was just taking a look at some weapons here. So sort of a third-person over-the-shoulder shooter. Ooh, that'll be an interesting weapon for later. And so yeah, if you want to see one of those 3 games, let me know. Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance, Rez, or Mercenaries Playground of Destruction, as well as all the Dynasty Warriors options I've just shown to you. On the other hand, there is yet another option I would consider doing, and that is, you can probably see a very big folder in front of you right now. This is actually my Doom 2 WOD folder. That's right, I am a huge fan of the classic Doom 2, and I love playing WODs of it. Any of those who've watched the Adultwith stream know I played an entire WOD as a project once for some kind of filler material. I love playing me some Doom 2 as well, and I have a ton of WODs that I really want to start playing through, a lot of them. I got like a fair amount of classic ones, like Alien Vendetta, for those who know what I'm talking about. Some community chest packs. I also have DW3. I also have Ghouls Forest 3, but I've already played that, and it's silly spin-off. I also have, what else? Memento Mori, Mach 2, Scythe 1 and 2, those classic ones. Veni Vidi Vicum, as well as Hell Revealed 1 and 2, and some other more interesting ones like Psychophobia, one of the more ambitious mega wads basically being a term for levels in Doom 2, but mega wads are entire sort of reskin campaigns, as well as one called Ulfastung, Brutal Doom, which I think I'll leave for a Adult Live stream because that's been requested on there, a remake of Knee Deep in the Dead, and a bunch of others. So if you want to see me play some Doom ones instead perhaps, then let me know. I got a lot to play through if that was the case. So yeah, there you go, you've got all your options now. Of course, you do have one final option. You can make your own request. God forbid you should be allowed to pick your own games. Now, if you're going to pick your own games, do keep one thing in mind. I'm Adult Live's live streamer first, and a Let's Player on YouTube second. So if it's a game that you'd like to see on here that I'm not currently live streaming or Let's Playing, keep in mind that I'll have to consider whether or not I would be intending on live streaming it in the future. So, for example, if you're going to request Slender on this channel, I'm going to play that on Adult Lives at some point relatively soon, so I will be doing it there first. But what I might do is I might play the other modes of Slender on here. So I might do a first time playthrough on the Adult Lives channel and do all the screaming and shit, and then I would do maybe the unlockable modes on this channel for your viewing pleasure. Kind of do like a Mike Manonic style thing, if you know who he is. And just anything else, like if you're going to say Borderlands, I'm going to play that on Adult Lives at some point. But if it's a game that I feel that I won't be streaming on Adult Lives, and maybe I've played it before, and I'm more than willing to do a Let's Play of, then yes, I would do it on here. But keep in mind, I will be considering whether or not I would be live streaming it in the future, or whether it's a game I could go, yeah, I'd happily Let's Play that, sure. Just keep that in mind for any and all of the requests. So there's your options. If you want to see some more Dynasty Warriors 3, I've given you your character list. If you want to see another Dynasty Warriors game, you've got Extreme Legends, 4, 5, Empires, and Samurai Warriors to pick from. If you want to see a completely different PS2 game, you've got Rare's Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance and Mercenaries. And if you want to see Doom, here's all the Doom wads. But just say Doom wads, don't sort of pick an individual one unless you know unless you can see the text and know one already. Or choose your own requests. In any event, I want to see lots and lots of comments. Lots and lots of people. And I'll put this up for a while, and after a while I'll come to a decision, which I'll also post as a video, I think, to let you know my final decision. So, get picking, and thank you all for watching. I look forward to hearing your responses for the next Let's Play.